How about now? Can you see now?
Yes, I can see now.
All right. So today we'll be looking at data validation. Data validation. From the word validate, from the word validate, it simply means you're trying to check if something is right or not right, or if it is correct. So basically, data validation is used to restrict data in a particular cell range, just like what I have here. It's a feature that allows you to type data or, or values into a cell or ranges by setting up some validation rules. So, like what I said it is used to restrict information. Basis the rule you have given on that particular sheet, and we have data validation can be applied to uh, how many criteria do I list here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 6 criteria. Then the last one is customized criteria where you can actually do what you want to do, basis your own discretion. Uh, where can you find data validation? You go to data ribbon tab here. This is the data ribbon tab. Come to data tools. Then you have data validation here. This is data. This is the data validating tool. It's called data validation. Check it out. Uh, Now look at it says pick from a list of rules to limit the type of data that can be entered in a cell. So, and if you click on this, you would have data validation, which is the first line here, line item here, then followed by circled invalid data, then clear validation circle. I'll click on data validation, and this is what I will have. I have this pop-up box where you have settings, input message, error alerts. I'll show you everything one after the other. If you go to validation criteria, now this is what I have here. Types of validation criteria. You have any value, whole number, decimal, list, time, date, text length, then custom. Then how does this work? How do you apply data validation to your work? First, I will just show you basis. Let's say I have this cell here, which I'm going to format. Let me use a lighter. Yeah. Say I have this cell here, and in this cell, I want to restrict the cell such that whoever is working on this cell would limited to some things. Now, the limitation now depends on what you actually want to achieve. Let's go to data validation again. Data ribbon tab. You have data validation here, data validation. I go to criteria. I won't use any value. I'll first start with whole number. Now, let's say in this highlighted yellow box here, I want some specific numbers. It could be ranges, it could be anything. Now, for the ranges, you have data here. You can see between. By default, you get between. But there are some other uh, restrictions that you can set. It could be not between. It could be equal to, not equal to, greater than, less than, and so on and so forth. Don't forget the first one is whole number. Now, let's say in this yellow box, what I want is I only want numbers that are between. I want numbers that are between 5,000 and 20,000. Those are the numbers I want in this yellow box. Outside the yellow box, I can put whatever I want to put. But in this yellow, highlighted yellow box, the numbers I want are numbers between 10,000 and 20,000. Now, so I will say, okay, I can then type this here, minimum. I said I want 10,000. The maximum 20,000. Yeah. Now, so all I just need to do is apply this. I click on OK. Then I'm done. I have set the restriction. This can be very, very useful to you. Maybe you are a manager, you want to send a particular sheet to some set of people, and you don't want them to go beyond a set value that you have given. Do you get it? Now look at something. If I enter 10,000 in this box, it should take it. It will take it. If I enter 20,000, it will still take it because it's still within that range. Now let me enter 5,000. You get this response. The value doesn't match the data validation restriction defined for this cell, meaning there is a restriction. Data validation has been applied. It has been the cell, the highlighted cell, has been limited to some numbers. That's the meaning. So whoever that wants to enter anything will keep trying, will not be able to enter it. Let me type a number that is greater than 20,000. Let's say 20,500. This will not go in. You can see that. So this is the power of data validation. You can have a sheet where you want to restrict people from not entering some particular things. It's possible. Why not? It's possible. So this is one example. Now I'll still take it further. I'll go back to that data validation. Now this is where input message and error alert comes in. If I go to input message here, so when the how would I put it now? For instance, someone who wants to enter 25,000 inside this highlighted box, you know it will not go through. Now, you might actually want to preempt the person to know what he or she needs to enter so that it will not throw an error. So let me just give it a title. Let me just put a title here. I can say data validation for numbers. Then I would say put a message. This can only take numbers between 10,000 and 20,000. Okay. Now, as soon as whoever comes into this yellow cell, you can see now data validation for numbers. This can only take numbers between 10,000 and 10, meaning that you are warning the person, whoever that is working on this sheet, there's a warning. You can only enter numbers that are between 10,000 and if you now enter numbers that are above or lesser than this, then you get that error. You get that error. Now, let me go back to data validation again. I have inputted a message, like a message that can preempt whoever that is working on this sheet. Now, you can also customize the error alert. I can say, if whoever that is working on this sheet, if he or she enters numbers that are not within this range, it should throw this error. You have entered numbers below or above. You have entered numbers below or above the specified range. Okay. Now look at something. Let me enter number like this. More than 20,000 or 25,000. And let's see the error it will throw. Done. Did I save that? Let me go back there. Let's see if I saved that. This did not save. Let's go again. You have entered number below or above the specified range. I need to click on OK. Let me do that. Let me be very sure. Let me try this first. I think I need to save. Okay. So why is it not giving me this? Let's try it again. Mm, 1 minute, please. It should throw that error. It's not even entering here. Is it because I didn't give it a title? Let's give it a title first. Error. You have entered number below or above the specified range. Show error alert. Try to be message. This worked. Let's try it again now. I think I know what happened. Hold on. Data validation. Let me clear this data validation out first. Let's start again. I'm going to clear this. Back to data validation. Phone numbers set between 20,000, 10,000, 20,000. Input message. Data validation. Can only enter numbers between 10,000 and 20,000. Let's go to error alert. Stop title. Okay. Let's click on OK now. Now let's input 25,000. Okay. Now it has come. It has come. You have entered number not within. This is my within is not correct. So I think because I did not highlight all, I didn't apply to all. I think that was what happened. So let's change this to error, exclamation, error, error, error. Okay, so this is good for me. So now you can, now this will be applied. So let's try to enter 30,000. Now you can see error, error, error. You have entered number not within the specified range. So this is how to restrict a particular cell ranges for a particular set of value or numbers. It could be numbers, it could be dates, it could be decimal. Now, I will not really go much further because let me go back to data validation. You have whole numbers here. The same thing also applies to decimal. Let's use decimal now. First, let me clear. If I'm to clear the data validation I have here, all I just need to do is clear all, and I click on OK. So everything disappears. Now let's try decimal. Let's try decimal here. Data validation, decimal, that is equal to 2.5. Whatever that is going to be in that box should be equal to 2.5. I can put the error message if I want to. I can put the error alert if I want to. I believe you all understand. You understand that part now. I won't go there again. 2.5. So what I can only input in this box is 2.5. Meaning that if I go below or above this, it should give me an error message. You can see the value doesn't match. This is the default message you get from Microsoft Excel. The value doesn't match the validation restriction defined for this cell. So that's that. Then you can go on to list, date, time, text length. I'm going to show you list very soon. List makes it so very much interesting. List. I'll show you text length and I will show you custom. Let me go to the first data that I have here. Now, let's say these are particular customers. You're a manager. You want to send this sheet to your reps, and you want them to fill this sheet. This is the plan and the dates. You want them to give the plan, the sales plan for this customer, maybe for the next week, for the coming week, and you want them to also put the dates when this plan will be actualized. But then you want to put a restriction to whatever plan they are giving you. You don't want them to go beyond a particular set of number. And let's say you don't want them to go below a particular set of number, and you want the date range. The date range of actualizing this plan should be between beginning of next week and the end of next week. That's Monday to Friday. Now, in the sales plan, you want to restrict them to numbers that are greater than or equal to 1 million. Let's say that you don't want anything less than 1 million. So you can just come to first, you need to align all the wholesales where you want to apply these to. Then you come here, data validation, O number. You can do greater than or equal to, then you type your 1 million. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This is 1 million. Then you click on OK, meaning that you secured this, that. So we can then add, a message here. You can only enter numbers greater than or equal to 1 million so that they can see it. All right. Now they see it. You can only enter numbers greater than or equals to 1 million. So you enter your 1 million. If it is greater than or equal to, this is 10 million. Now let's go below that now and let's see what will happen. Let's try to type 900K. The value doesn't match the data validation restriction defined for this cell. That's what you get by default. You can then go ahead to apply whatever error this thing you want it to throw. So that's that about here. Now let's say likewise this place, you want the date of actualizing this plan to be between 27th and 31st, 27th and 31st of May. So all you just need to do is go back to data validation. You come to date. Now you're inputting the date now from 27/5 24 down to 31/5/24. Those are the restrictions. All right, so this is what you want to show. Now, date range should be between 27th and 31st of May. Now, let's try it out. 28/5/24. This will work. Let's say this guy's plan is 2,500,000. And this will be actualized on the 29th, 29/5/24. This will go through. Now let's try something else here now. Let's put 1 million. Let's put 1 million here. And let's put 26/5/24. Now it will throw an error because this is not within the date range. It's not within the date range, so it will throw an error. So this is basically how to secure to validate or secure a particular data such that people will not be able to change or go beyond or above whatever criteria you have set. So that's that about that. Then I said I want to show us a very interesting data validation criteria, which is the list. The list. Now I'm going to data 2 here. Now, I know sometimes you might have come across a sheet where you have to now select, where you have options to select some particular set of data. Now, if I say select now, you've been restricted to some particular set of data so that you need to select from this data. It is done with data validation. And this is what I'm saying. I'll use this class as an example. I have like 10 10 students in this class. Now, let's say I have a small survey that I want to do about the class, and I want people to respond. I can just use this Excel sheet to create this, and I send to everybody. And how do I do this? Look at something now. Look at what I'm going to do. Participant's name. I'll come to data validation. I'm going to click on list. Now with list now, you can then restrict the participant name to whatever names you have. I know in this class I have Sweet. Look at my source. I am entering them in my source. I have Sweet, comma. I have Teresa, comma. I have Bolaji. I have Ayo. I have Yetunde. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have Ibukun. I have Sunday. What do I have here again? I think Ibiyemi. Let's say these are the people I have. Now, with this now, it's going to create a list of these names for me. Let's do that first. So I have inputted the names here. You can see. Then I click on OK. Now, with this now, a list has been created for me here. All I just need to do is click on this sheet. Now you get like a scroll button at the right hand side like this, where you get the list of all the names. Now with this, I have restricted this sheet to all these names alone, meaning that I can't go beyond this name. All I just need to do is select from any of these names. Do you get it now? So this is the power of data validation using lists. I know you must have come across this, but you don't know how this is done. I tell you, this is the way it is done. Then you need to select. Now let's go to gender. Let me create a list for gender too. Let's go to data validation list. Either male or female, right? Now, do you like this exam masterclass? I'll put 3 options here. List. I'll say yes, I love it. No, then not very sure. So I have 3 options here now. So with this now, I can highlight. Okay. I can then highlight. Let me do one thing here for us. Let me just start with the name. I can say, okay, select from the names. Like I have this here. Select from the names. Let me do something like that here too. Select any gender. Let me just put select here. Then yes, no, not very sure. Comma. I'm going to start that. Select any gender. Now select. So I can then drag this down. Do you get it? Now, so whoever that is working on this sheet can then now come here. Okay, my name is Sweet. Sorry, my name is Teresa. Female. Then, do you like this exam master class? Yes. Then I come here again. Olaji. Male. Do you like this master class? No. So this is basically how you use list criteria for data validation. Now, what you have basically done here is you have restricted the sheets to this information. You have the names that you want in each of the in the cell, in cell A, the gender, either it is male or female, nothing else goes inside. Then, in do you like the exam master class? You have to choose between yes, no, or not very sure. Anything beyond that, you can't choose. So this is how what's it called? The list criteria works using data validation. Now, I'd like to show us one more thing again here. I have this data source here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the names in this data source. Before I go there, now you would see that while I was trying to give the names, I entered them here. The question you need to ask me now is, how about if I have a list of names that are more than 1,000, 2,000, will I be entering them one after the other like this? The question is, no, you don't have to. There are two ways to do this, and that's what I want to show us now. Using this data source, I'm going to copy these names here. I'm going to open a new worksheet here. I'm going to paste them here. Let me see. Okay, let's say this is the source data. No, don't let me do it this way. Let me just put sales here. Yeah, I'm going to clear this. Now look at what I want to do here. Because I know that all the names here are not duplicated, now I want to create a list out of the names here. I want to create them here. So how do I do that? Data validation, list. You can see list here. Now, data source now. I don't have to necessarily type the names. All I just need to do is click on this up arrow. Then I go to where the data source is. Then I will highlight all this from the beginning down to the end. Then I click on OK. And I click on OK. Automatically, I get all the names here. You can see it would have been nice if I can just try to sort these names in from A to Z so that it will be okay here. So I can come back here and then now you can see that they are being sorted A to Z. Then I can select now. Now look at what I want to show us here now. With this, it makes it easy for me to combine formulas with data validation. Now I want to get the sales of Arinze in this sheet here because I have it here. Don't forget, I can either use VLOOKUP or XLOOKUP. And look at something now. Equals to XLOOKUP. This is what I'm going to use. The lookup value, comma, The lookup array is this downward. I make it absolute. Then I want it to return this for me. I make it absolute too. And I close it and I enter. Now, this is the sales now of arranging. And look at the beauty of using data validation here. How about if I then change this to Divine Franco investment? You can see the sales will also automatically change because I've already inputted the formula there. You can see this is a very good way to create an automated report. You have applied the formula to the sheet. All you just need to do is keep changing the customer. Do you understand? Then it changes, it changes, it changes, and it changes. What else have we not touched here? Data validation, let me check. Okay, yeah. I'm left with text, text length, and custom. So you can also restrict, what's it called? I mean, you can also restrict text length, the length of text. Let me go back to that worksheet. Let's say, let me use a very nice example. Let's say we need to log into a particular site. You need to put your email address, your username, or let me say email ID. The email ID should be this, and your password let's say my email ID is gmail.com. And the password should be that the length of the password should be more than 5 and less than 20. See what I've done there? Should be more than 5 and less than 20. So what I can do is I come to data validation, text length here between I said should be more than 5, right? That's between 6 and maximum 20. Let's set error 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 error. All right. I wanted to throw this error if it is less than or more than 20. Now let's say I want to input my password here now. All right. My password is James underscore BC. This will go through because this is more than 1, 2, 3. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's do what is Can you hear me? Can you see my screen? So as I was saying, because I have entered what is less than 6 here, it will show error. Error. The password length is either more or less than the needed character. So this is everything you need to know about data validation. Okay, one more thing. I have circle, invalid data, circle. Now, the last thing I want to show us, let me clear all this. Let me clear the rules I have here so that I can show you data validation. How do you clear rule? You come to clear all, then you click on OK. Then the rules will go. So I cleared rule for this now. Now, let's assume that, data validation would only work if you have not entered anything in the cell. How about if I've entered something inside this cell before? Let's say I have 10,000 here. I have 3,000 here, 30,000 here. I have 75,000 here. We have 50,000. Another 50,000 here. 5,000. 5. Let's assume that these are the numbers I have here on this sheet. Let me delete these ones. And nothing has been applied to this sheet before. But then with data validation, I can still point out the numbers entered here that are still that are not within the restricted criteria. Now, let me go to data validation. Data validation. Let's do numbers now. I want numbers for this sheet. I shouldn't be able to enter numbers that are I shouldn't be able to enter numbers that are lesser than 10,000 and numbers that are greater than 50,000. So meaning that my minimum will be 10,000, while my maximum will be 50,000. But because I've already entered it before the plan came, because the numbers are already there before I set that criteria, Then look at what will happen. Nothing will happen to the sheet because we have already entered it. It is if I put numbers and I want to re-enter those numbers again, that's when it will show the error. But what I can do is with this, I can circle invalid data. You know, I have applied the data validation to this sheet. If I click on circle invalid data, then it circles it. You can see now. This is another way to do it. Now it circles out all the invalid data for me. So with this, I can actually know that, oh, this shouldn't be inside this cell, this shouldn't be inside this cell, and this shouldn't be inside this cell. I can decide to clear this out if I want to. So that's another way. That will only work if you have the numbers in the sheet already, and then you now apply data validation to such sheet. Do you get it? So that's that. And this is where I'm going to end the class for today. This is where I'm going to end the class for today. I believe and I hope we have learned one or two things. If there's any question, you can ask me now. Any question on data validation? Sweet, Teresa, Yetunde, BJ. So that will amount to that there is no question. Okay. If that's the case, let me just hear from you guys. If there's any takeaway from today's class. I'll start with Sweet.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much, Peter, for this class. It's an eye-opener for me to be able to carry out my task and perform it more efficiently. Thank you so much.
All right. Yeah, Teresa, did you get anything? Are you there? What about you today? Hello. Okay. If that's the case, this is where I will call it a day. So as from next week, we'll be moving to pivot table. Yeah, I think pivot table. Shall we? Yeah. So next week we'll be introducing pivot table, and this is where it's going to get very, very interesting. You cannot miss next week class. But before that time, I'm going to send an assignment for us. I'm going to send one assignment to us this week, and the assignment will contain everything we've discussed from the beginning of the class down to what we just discussed today. We'll be expecting an assignment from introduction to Excel down to oh, sorry, I have missed out what if analysis. Sorry, we are going to
Peter, I was about asking.
Okay. What if analysis? Sorry. Yes. What if analysis next week? What if analysis? Sorry, I missed that. Before we now go to introduction to pivot table. So what I will do is I will send us an assignment from Excel, introduction to Excel, down to what we discussed today. So be expecting that from me. I am owing you guys one video. So I'm going to send both videos together so that we can download. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a great night. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Right.
Thank you.